We got Mr. Light over here. Fucking Light Master. Why don't you move it? Better 1, 2. Better 1, better 2. Over here, over there. Bing, bong, bing, bop, boop, beep, bop, beep.
It's beginning to look a lot like
Christmas. Dreaming of a white Christmas. Happy Christmas.
Merry Chrysler.
What's going on, everybody? This is the Burndown. Today's episode, Merry Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho.
So today's episode, we're going to talk about what's the big difference between Christmas nowadays versus 20 years ago.
I like to say our days are way better. Stay tuned because it's the Burndown. What are you doing? What's up, everybody? What are you doing? Burn Down Podcast is back in full effect and in the Christmas spirit. Ho, ho, ho.
Love Christmas time. This is the best time of year. My favorite holiday. Love it. Merry Christmas. It's not Happy Holidays. It's Merry Christmas.
I say Merry Christmas all the time when I'm out and people are like, oh, yeah.
No, it's Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah,
Yes.
Merry Christmas. So today we're going to talk about some of the differences that we see between Christmas nowadays versus 20 years ago when we were kids.
And I like to say, I think it was better back then.
It absolutely was.
Right?
I think it was just not so much Christmas time in particular, just an overall time as a kid. But before we do that,
What do we got to drink?
before we do that,
Before we do that.
if you're new to this channel, please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button, and please hit the bell to be notified for every single time we drop a new video. We drop a new episode every single Friday, other videos throughout the week. And then check out the website, www.burndownpodcast.com. Become a member. It's $5 a month. That's it. You get exclusive discounts to 4 partnering stores, Nova Cigars, cigarandpipes.com, Revive Vinyl, and Kansas Clean Distilled Whiskey. Plus, you get entered into a monthly giveaway where we give away cigars, spirits, accessories, and more. Check it out, $5 a month. burndownpodcast.com. So now we can go into what are we drinking?
What are we drinking? Here we go. We got something.
You brought something, and then I whipped up a little something for us.
Yeah, so
I whisked it up.
I never heard of this. This is Goslings Black Seal Bermuda Black Rum 80 proof. Now, the story behind this is that on my wedding day, my uncle from Florida flew up, and he flew in from the airport and came to where we were having the wedding, and he said, "Hey, my Uber driver from the airport gave me this, and I want to give it to you."
His Uber driver?
Yeah, sick Uber driver. I want bottles of liquor from my Uber driver.
It was probably a gift to him. You don't drink rum. He's like, here, take it.
Probably some other passenger said, "Hey, sir, thanks for the ride here," and he's like, "What the fuck am I going to do with this?"
As long as it's sealed.
He's like, "Yeah, my Uber driver gave me this, and I don't really drink rum. I don't really drink in general. So, he's like, I watch the podcast. You guys drink all the time. So here it is."
He sounds like I watch it. You guys drink all the time.
Yeah, my Uncle Tino, shout out.
Let's do it.
So I don't really drink rum. I don't really think we ever drank rum before.
No, maybe one time. I don't know.
And then you had a spiel that you wanted to add to it.
Yeah. So a Christmas or wintry drink is spiced rum and apple cider, right? Spiced apples, big thing. So hot apple cider, a little bit of spiced rum, a little dash of cinnamon. Great cocktail, okay?
I love baked apples. You ever have baked apples?
Yeah, absolutely. Apples
Cracker
and cinnamon.
Barrel?
Yeah, of course. That's like the warm apples.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, my mother used to take the apples and like a little bit of cinnamon, a little bit of clove, and just heat it on the stove, and you smell. It makes the whole house smell great.
My grandmother used to make them every year.
It's delicious. So I figured, I don't know about this rum. I don't know if this rum is spiced or not, but I figured what we're going to do is we'll have a little bit of rum, and then I whipped up some hot apple cider over the stove. So we'll have a little rum and a glass of hot apple cider with it.
Let's do it. I'm in.
So what are we smoking? That's another question.
That's a great question. I got one. You see these dogs in your front yard? Just know I'm going hard. All right. I got a Fuente. Look at all those cigars you have there. Oh my God, you have so many choices. So I got the Arturo Fuente. I don't know which one this actually is, but it comes in the tubos. It's the Rosado Gran Reserva. So the Arturo Fuente Rosado Gran Reserva comes in a little tubos. I'm not actually the biggest fan of this tubos. I find it kind of annoying and long and annoying. So I have a bunch of cigars, and I kind of wanted to get rid of this tubos. So I said, let me just smoke this. Whoa, that one looks nice.
Never smoked these before, so I'm going to give it a shot because it's got a red label and it's Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. Ho, ho, ho.
Exactly.
Red and green.
So I'm going to smoke the Cohiba Royale.
Nice. The band looks very cool.
This is your band, man. Black, red, silver. So
I love it.
Smells delicious. So why don't we get these cut, lit up, as we spark it up, talking about murder now.
Let's go. Take you out. Here we go. Full nose in.
Whoa. You know what this?
Hold on. Don't say it.
No, you know what this reminds me of? It's going to be weird. And it's kind of funny because we're talking about an episode about how Christmas was when we were kids. This reminds me of drinking as like a teenager.
Really? I don't.
Dude.
It has like a very like airy smell to it. I don't know.
This reminds me
I don't really get anything.
of drinking as a teenager because my buddy Brian and I, when we were young, like you're a teenager, you go into the old man's liquor cabinet, the old lady's liquor cabinet, and you see what they got. You pour a little bit in your water bottle and you hope that they don't notice, right? So we were just going anything and everything. And I believe we took some like schnapps because like being a German family, we have schnapps in there. Yeah. And there was some rum, I believe, that we took at one time. And this smells like the schnapps that we drank.
Maybe it was the same one.
Well, this is rum, but she had schnapps. And you go up to the park. It's like when you have a little backpack, you just go to the park and do fucking nothing. You usually just sit on the swings and bullshit, play hacky sack or whatever, right?
This reminds me. It's gonna sound weird. I said airy. It reminds me of like a ball pit. That's like the smell I get.
A ball pit.
Like the plastic ball pit like McDonald's used to have?
Yeah, almost like the slide. It smells like the slide.
Isn't that weird?
It smells like plasticky.
That's what I'm getting. Maybe not airy, but yeah, plasticky.
I don't know, but
I guess we'll light it up and try it with the cigar. First one, just wash it right down. Ooh. I don't know. I like the first one. Whoa. Taste buds are used to it now. Here we go.
It's pretty, it's almost got like a little sweetness to it.
Ugh.
You don't like it?
God.
No?
This is fucking terrible.
I mean, that's why the Uber driver gave it to him.
Oh my God. I'm not drinking this.
What is it? Goslings Rum?
Yep, I'm good, dude.
All right, so let's do this now.
Oh my God. We didn't even cheers. Thank God we didn't cheers on that.
We'll cheers with this. Look at that. Steaming.
Oh, this looks way better. Please be better. God.
You've never had hot apple cider?
Not with rum. Here we go. Oh, it's so much better. Oh, that's so good.
Isn't that freaking delicious?
You just whip this up?
Well, I had apple cider to put on the stove, and you just keep whisking it until it's not boiling.
Wow, this is delicious.
Hot apple cider on a cold winter day.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
Goslings Rum, Uncle Tino, you dogged me.
You dirty dog.
That thing is disgusting.
Okay.
Anyways, Christmas now versus when we were kids. I'll tell you right off the bat. Just like no internet just made Santa.
What age though? What age? I don't want to cut you off, but what age are we talking? Like from like 5 to 15?
I'm still believing in Santa.
So you're still believing in Santa?
Yeah.
Okay, so pre-10.
Yeah, whatever. 5 to 10. I don't know when you start believing in Santa.
Pre-10.
So, pre-internet, you had nothing. Like the thought of Santa was just like it was just a thing. It wasn't like let me check the internet. Let me go check where he is because you go like you do on a computer now or iPad. Yeah. Oh, Santa Claus is over Asia now. No, we never had any of that. So, like, the mysteriousness was really potent.
It was easier to hold on to.
It was very easy to hold on to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can tell you one thing with Christmas back. We're talking, okay, so
90s.
Yeah, so like 90s, so pre 10
90s.
years old, and even a little bit more, like even like 12, 13 years old, just like a little kid. But I can tell you that just what kids get, like back then, what I got was like
I got a scooter.
yeah, like you get outdoor stuff. Like my
Bike.
father made it a point to never buy video games. Like we had a video game console in the house. We were not allowed to play it for more than like 30 minutes. And then it's like go outside and get dirty and play something.
Yep.
So my dad never bought video games for me. He'd always buy a basketball, hockey stuff, a football, like outside stuff, sports stuff, active stuff. But I feel like kids nowadays, all they ask for is just video games. Give me an iPad. Give me an Xbox. Get me a PlayStation. Get me a Game Boy. Like,
yeah, I didn't really get video games until I was older.
Yeah, and even then, like, I didn't really ask for that much. All the stuff. I asked for a lot of Connects. Like, I remember Legos and Connects. I like to build shit, so I was building a lot of stuff. You ever see those like big, like the roller coasters or the ball machines, like those big ones? I used to ask for that stuff, but kids don't ask for that crap anymore. Kids ask for.
Not everyone's an engineer.
Yeah, but even so, like they don't ask for.
No, I know.
They ask for like video games.
They give me Microsoft points. Give me Apple. Give me an iTunes gift card so I can buy an app. Buy me. I want games for my Xbox. I want games for my iPad.
I feel like it used to be
wholesome.
Like
I don't feel like
maybe it sounds like cliche, but it used to be more magical when you were younger. You know what I'm saying?
It was so magical.
But like, here's another example: do you remember the Macy's window displays in Manhattan?
Yeah.
When you were a kid, remember how intricate and detailed they used to be?
Yeah.
First nighters, packed earmuff to earmuff, jostled in wonderment before a golden, tinkling display of mechanized, electronic joy.
The people spent hours putting those together. They'd have all these little things and little figurines and moving parts and this, that, and the other thing. You know what it was last year, or it was 2 years ago? Kelly's niece and nieces, her sister and her nieces came up. We took them into the city. You know what it was? Every window was a big TV screen, and they just played like a video.
Yeah, it's the difference.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
it's the difference, bro.
What is that? It used to be. I used to love seeing that,
dude. There was nothing like opening like a big box. Like you get like a big box of like a big box that's wrapped, and it's like I don't know a car, like a Matchbox car set, or like. Some
Hot Wheels.
Do you remember playing with that castle with those little figurines?
Mm-hmm.
No, like the little knights with the figurines. Like
a drawbridge and shit, little cannons.
Dude, I remember getting like a bike, scooter, all stuff like you could actually physically touch and play with. And now it's just like it's just not the same. It's sad. Like technology is great and all, but it also has changed a lot of things. And it's
what's another thing that
it's different.
So speaking about the Christmas time is. Remember sledding?
Oh, yeah.
When you were a kid?
Dude,
on like a weekends? Dude, as soon as it was snow.
Dude, even when snowed during school, like if we got off for school, all right, let's go sledding. Let's go.
Dude, you'd be going, and you see hundreds of kids at the park.
Not today.
Like they'd be slow. We used to break in. There was a park right by my house. It was a small, like a elementary school, and they had a hill. And it wasn't like a big park. It was one hill, and kids used to go sledding. And you just make little ramps. But across the street, they had a sump, and you know how the sump goes, where it's like a big U.
It's like a bowl.
It's like a bowl. So we used to. Some older kids at the time had cut the fence, so they peeled back the fence. So we used to bring our snowboards there and our sleds, and we used to throw the sleds over the fence and go under, and you'd go into the sump, and it had like two ledges, like it would go down and then it would flatten out a little bit, and then it would go down again. So on the flat part, we used to make a ramp. So you just go down and be just launching off the ramp. Dude, we would spend all Saturday there, all day.
Dude, don't you remember like coming home like at night and like being like so like your clothes are all wet, but your cheeks are like cold, and you come in and you're like some warm apple cider.
And you drop all your clothes in the garage,
right, let them dry out. The garage, right at the door.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think I'm grateful that I have my house upstate because. It wasn't Christmas
sledding
time.
up there must have been.
Oh, it was the best. Because we would go up there like the day after Christmas for New Year's. So when we were little, you were off for school. So we were up there the whole week. And dude, we were out for hours.
Did your pond freeze over enough to skate on it or no?
It would freeze, but we never even attempted.
I wonder if it's...
I don't know how... I mean, it's a good question. I don't know.
Dude, because I just remember sledding, and we used to go snowboarding at some of the mountains. You go to like Windham Mountain or something. I used to go to Mount Peter, which was a small mountain by my grandmother's house. But like kids you don't see that around here anymore.
I don't know. I'm just reminiscing right now from like in the 90s when like there was no real technology. Like you had to interact with your cousins and family.
Go outside and play.
Yeah, and like if you didn't talk to your cousins because you're a little kid, you ended up talking to them and hanging out with them because that's what you did on Christmas Eve. Like you didn't have an iPad to go hang out in the corner with. And
I remember family friends like coming over like on a Christmas party. Yeah, the kids would be upstairs running around playing whatever the hell they're playing.
Dude. I'm interested to see when I'm a parent because I know I'm gonna be forcing some laws around here.
Well, they say that things are like cyclical, right? Like things can kind of come back. Like look at the fashion. Remember fashion like in the 50s, and then like it started like coming back around where people were wearing like suits again, and then. I mean, talking about like in the professional world.
Yeah.
Like, you remember how like clean cut the suits were? And then like in the 80s and 90s, everything was freaking baggy. But now everything's tailored again. So it kind of comes. Yeah, I'm hoping that shit comes around again.
That's sick.
Although I don't know if it will because of the way technology is kind of just taking off. But I'm going to be like you. I agree with you. No, go outside and play.
Yeah.
Put the dang video games down and go outside and play.
Come on, dude. Call up Johnny. Go play some basketball. Go play hockey. Go play football. Like, dude, my brothers and I, when it used to snow, we used to play in the front yard. We used to play football. We would throw the football from my side to our neighbor's side, and then my brother or I or my other brothers, one would catch it, and we would tackle him. And that's all we did. It was
like a kickoff.
Yeah,
it
was so much.
We used to
fun.
play 2 versus my buddies and I. We said like a group of 4s. We used to play 2 versus 2. Basically, the quarterback and a wide receiver. And then the person was a corner, and the other one had to wait 3 seconds before he could try to sack you. And we would play tackle in the snow. It'd be like 2 feet of snow. You literally running like you have lead boots. And it was great.
Do you remember? I think it snowed on Christmas once when I was a kid. Once. I don't think anything more than that. Do you remember?
I mean, we're talking like out of 20 years.
I don't ever remember, even now, like even recently, I don't really remember ever it snowing on Christmas. I think it happened.
Well, there was snow like on the ground. I remember plenty of times where there's snow on the ground.
No, I'm talking about like actual like.
Snowing. It had to have gone more than once.
I don't know. I don't really remember too many times where it snowed. Don't remember.
But I remember building igloos. Like it would snow so much. My parents, the backyard, the back patio, they had a deck, and they used to have like an L bench.
Yeah.
And they used to bring the table in and put a couple of chairs, but it was a bench. And we used to pile the snow like up into, and the bench, I mean, the side of the bench was maybe 3 feet off the ground, 3.5 feet. So you just pile all the snow into that corner, and the wind would help too, because the wind effect snow like would really, and you would have this mound of snow, and then we would just dig, and you just dig into it until you made like an igloo. And we'd have an igloo in the backyard, and then when you get to the bench, you carve it out, you have like a little shelf.
Dude, snow forts were the best, bro.
Dude, it was great. Having snowball fights. Remember just having snowball fights? Do you see any kids having snowball fights now?
No, I don't.
Next snowstorm, go outside around town and see if you have any kids having a snowball fight.
Dude, I'm just like reminiscing, like just getting gifts. Like getting excited for gifts as a kid. Like technology was so new, so like you would get like, remember like those little handheld games that had it was like a green screen with like little black like figures on it or whatever, like
Game Boy. The original Game Boy.
No, it wasn't Game Boy. It was like you had a handheld and had like an artwork on it, and it was like that particular game. Like this is
I don't remember.
I don't remember the names of them, but like either Game Boy 2, but God, it was just like so much more. I don't know. Technology is all over the place now, so like if kids get an iPad, they want the latest iPad. It's not like the first one to come out.
And that's another problem like parents are probably facing is that the Apple's just coming out with new revision after new revision after new revision. So every year they're like, I want a new iPhone. It's like, you have the brand. I want a new one. Like, Apple, stop fucking,
It's not exciting. You get a Game Boy. That's the only Game Boy for the next 2 years, like
2. That's like the Game Boy for the rest of your life. You want another one, go buy yourself another one.
But I'm just saying in general, like how it was with technology. Yeah. Like, when you got like something that was like computer-esque, that was it. Like that was exciting. Like
a freaking Walkman
you're
or
not
something.
you're not waiting for the next update or the next one to come out 6 months later. And I don't know.
Do you remember waking up Christmas morning and like coming down the stairs and you try to like take a sneak peek of like what gifts are mine? You know what I'm saying?
Pumped.
And there's always like every year, there's always like that one big gift, right? Like you have a bunch of, but there's always like the one big one.
Yeah.
That's the gift of the year. And you always look and you like see a huge box of your name on it. You're like, oh, you get so freaking excited.
Dude.
And your parents like, not till after breakfast, wait, right? And you're just like,
remember waking up and like waking your parents up, like, get up.
yeah.
Bro, classic. I don't know. I don't have kids, so I don't know how it is, but just from what I see with families now and how they interact, like at dinner, like, don't you hate, this is going off topic, but don't you hate when you see a family out to dinner and the kid just on an iPad?
Yeah.
There's nothing more that pisses me off than that.
Yeah, it's when the parents use an iPad as a babysitter.
What the hell did you just say?
It's when the parents use an iPad as a babysitter.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
I mean, I get it. It's the easy way out. It gets them to you enjoy your adult time, but I don't think that's
no. How about you just like teach your kids to be respectful when you're out to dinner?
I remember we'd go out to my family. I would just sit there and just be quiet.
Yeah. Because if I acted up, I'd get my ear ripped off as I get dragged out of the restaurant.
Or as my mom would say, the man is going to come.
Man. You know, it's a good example. So you ever see the movie Fred Claus?
Yeah.
Remember Fred Claus right in the beginning when he's actually it's the reason why it's so fresh, man. We just watched it the other day. So in the beginning, he's repossessing some of the items in this little girl's house. Okay, and and the little girl comes up. And she's like, you can't take my TV away, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I'm doing you a favor. I'm taking your TV away because maybe you... And he goes in this whole rant, okay? And then she kicks him in the shin. And the father comes out, whatever. And he's like, oh, nice. You get that from you? Or is it because you use an iPad as a babysitter?
Hey, guy, you got a girl that kicks. Is that from you? Or is that because you use the TV as a babysitter?
That's what he said. As he says in the thing, I said, I love it.
I never really said that.
Yeah, it was hilarious. He says that, and I go, that's exactly what happens.
But like, just interacting with family. Like, I remember sitting at the table with my family and not being able to leave, and I would have to like talk and interact with my aunts or uncles or people like adults, or even my cousins. Like, and then eventually we'd be able to go, but we would play with each other. Like, we would play with the toys. We would play hide and go seek. We would play something, and I just feel like. I don't know. I just feel like with iPads and iPhones and a lot more outlets to kind of keep kids quiet, it kind of takes away from it.
No, I'm 100% with you because when I remember the same thing. It's like there's no like it's just you learn to behave. Like your parents teach you to behave.
I really
stop
feel
acting up because you're gonna get smacked.
I really feel like how I grew up, like I'm at an adult table and I'm with like my brother or my cousin and we're not really talking. I would just sit there. Like I feel like that kind of molded me on how I am today. Like if I'm at a table, if I have nothing really to contribute to a conversation, I'll just sit there, or I'll just start a different conversation with someone else, or I'll think of something else to bring or try to engage in the conversation as opposed to saying, let me just look at my phone and be on it and just be totally disengaged or what's going on. That's what it's really teaching. Like it's teaching like social skills and cues, and holy shit, that cigar is really smoky.
Thing is ripping. Well, yeah, I just had to correct it because it was canoeing a little bit. So,
damn, that thing was.
I had to correct it. But
holy hell! I'm like, I'm trying to explain what's in my head right now. Like, all I'm thinking about is like old '90s commercials and like the things they were, but I can't articulate what I'm trying to say. Like, it was just so. I guess the word is more wholesome. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's as good a word as any, because I mean the main thing that we're trying to get here is that it's not. I feel like there's not as much of that family bond, and I don't have a family right now, and you don't have a family yet, but like I just feel like there's not
the traditional values aren't the same.
Yeah, and maybe it's because we're like the old school. Like I look back and I watch A Christmas Story. And you watch like the old movies, right? I love watching it. You have like the Yule log that's on the TV. You put that on, right?
Definitely.
And I like that old time, that oldie feel, where the kids wake up, The parents are coming down in their robes, and you watch the kids, and you're
Let me make coffee first. Let me make the coffee.
I love that, but I feel like it's not like that anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like the kids are probably already ripping into their freaking gifts because they're a bunch of little maniacs that aren't well behaved, and then they don't get what they don't get what they want, and they throw a freaking hissy fit. And then the parents go, well, let's sit down and talk about your feelings and how you feel about the presents that you got. I fucking hate them. I'd be like, well, maybe that's because you were a brat this year and Santa didn't bring you what you wanted.
Gator don't play no shit. Oh, dude, I have no time for brattiness. Like, I have very little patience when it comes to brattiness.
Stop.
So
get some help.
Stop it. Get some help.
When I have kids and they start becoming little brats, I'm gonna have a real hard time dealing with that. I'll have to read Parenting for Dummies, the book. How do I do this?
Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. I know, dude. This thing is smirky.
Yeah, that thing is ripping and roaring.
It's actually pretty good smoke, though. How's that one?
Yeah, it's a Fuente. It's always consistent.
It's always a good one. This one, because I don't smoke very many Cohibas in general, but then Cohiba non-Cubans, because usually if I smoke Cohiba, it's like a Bahique, but it's not a, what would you call it the one day? Bahique? Or I've had like what was the other one? The Spectre or the Connecticut, actually. That's one I do.
I think I have that one.
Yeah, that one I do enjoy, but I've never had like the Red Dot or any of those, so this is pretty interesting. Nice smoke. The smoke output is ample.
Ample amount of smoke, right?
But you know what I like too is my family we've had a tradition that we do every single year where we cut down our Christmas tree. We drive up to Jones Family Farm in Shelton, Connecticut. We cut down the Christmas tree. And we've been doing it for 21 years now. And there's a few years that I missed while I was away at school. But for 21 years, the family gets in the car, rain, snow, sleet, or shine, whatever they're saying, you're up there.
Rain, sleet,
I think they missed 1 year because it was a blizzard and they physically couldn't get off the island. But it's been a tradition, and we've been going every single year, and it all started from getting one tree, and now we go up, like this last time we went up, my mom got a tree, my sister got a tree, so we have two trees, four trees. So we had my mom's tree, my sister's tree, Kelly's tree, my aunt got a tree, my cousins got a tree, my cousin's parents got it, like my aunts, like
damn,
we had like 8 trees from our group.
You guys
now.
all go at the same time?
We all go at the same time.
Wow, that's sick.
But every year you cut it, and you can and any tree you want. You can get a 4-foot tree. You can get a freaking. We got one tree last year. It was like 12 feet. It was a fucking monster. And it's just one price. They give you a little ornament with the date on it, and then you go down after you get your tree, you put in the car. You drive down to the bottom of the hill.
What price for any tree?
It's one price, and it kept going up. Like when we first started, I think it was like $40, like 20 years ago. And now it's $87.
Wow.
But still, like you get it's the freshest. It's not some tree that's sitting in a lot for 3 weeks.
Yeah,
it's a fresh ass tree.
You get what you pay for, son.
And you go down to the bottom of the hill, and you go into the little area. They have a little gift shop. They have the hot apple cider. They have the cookies, the banana bread. They have a fire going, and it's a tradition. I'm like, it's a Christmas tradition. I don't know if that
Yeah, I'm sure families have traditions, but like, again, more and more people today are having less families, and that can't ever be a good thing.
That was a stat. Stat on, I forgot what Instagram page I saw, but they said that there's a large majority of families nowadays are not, are like the parents are divorced and they have like a mixed family. I forgot what they call it. I forgot what the term was, but they said like a large majority, like 80% of families nowadays aren't, like the parents don't stay together. Parents separate and they get like...
I think the divorce rate is like almost 50%. It's like half of America.
It's just wild.
So
that's my family's like that. My parents were divorced, remarried, and it's for the better. It's a wonderful family.
Yeah.
Not like complaining about it by any means, but I'm just saying that there was a stat that I saw that most families...
I think I saw a stat too that the percentage of I don't know the exact name, but it was like something compared it to 1970 to now with like
that was the one.
The amount of families more with a child.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's like down. I forgot the percentage, but
It was probably the same article or same
Probably.
thing. It was a little blip that I saw, and
you know, my parents used to do that used to convince the shit out of me that Santa was real. We used to have a chimney, so they used to get their, and it never clicked to me when I was a little kid, but they would get their boots and they would put the boots in the fireplace in the ashes. So when we would go, I'd be like, holy shit, his boots are in the chimney. Like, this has got to be Santa. Like,
yep,
this is Santa. Like, there's no other way. How would those footprints get in there?
yep. I remember one time that because we used to always go like Christmas Eve, we used to walk around and look at all the Christmas lights. So you walk around town, and that's another thing. Like, I like the neighborhood that I live in right now. You see a lot of families doing that. There's a lot of people on the block, and you can always judge. Like, I can judge a neighborhood by go around the neighborhood during a holiday season and see how many people have lights up. That shows you right there what kind of neighborhood it is. Okay.
Yeah.
So you go around, like, everybody's got lights up. Halloween, everybody had something up, right? People got American flags up. Like, it's great. So we used to go Christmas Eve, just take a walk, stroll around the neighborhood, and see all the different lights. And if it was snowing, it's great. And that was when, like, my parents would bring might bring the presents down, like, and you come back, you're like, Santa already made our stop. Like, what the fuck? So they did it one year, and I remember we went out, and at the time, like, you don't put 2 and 2 together, but
that phrase always, is it 2 and 2 or 1 and 1?
you don't put 2 and 2 together, make 4. I don't know where it comes from, but it's 2 and 2.
But isn't the same they put 1 and 1 together?
Yeah.
I've definitely heard people say put 1 and 1 together and put 2 and 2 together.
I don't know where it comes from.
That's sidebar.
I remember that we went on the walk, and I guess I didn't see my stepdad at the time, like, go back to the house, but we're all the kids are all out in front, and like my mom came, and then my stepdad came out, locked the door, and we all went for the walk. And we came back, all the presents were under the tree. And I'm like, Santa, and
we just missed him.
My mom's like, oh, we just missed him. He must have came already. We must have been the first stop of the night.
It's probably so fun as a parent.
And you're sitting there like, I come home, clearly it was probably like my stepdad was the last person. He just rushed everything under the tree, and then. But I'm like, how the fuck did they, like, you come home, you're like, what the hell? And it's like, it's so convincing. Like, some of the stuff that they, like, obviously when you put the kids to sleep and then it's easy, but like when they do little things like that, it's super convincing because it surprises you because you're expecting it to be the next morning, all the presents come down. But when you come back to Christmas Eve from a walk and you see all the presents, it's a shock. You're like, and then you're looking up, you're like, where is he? Can I see him? That's what I'm looking forward to too. It's all the different ideas that I can like.
Yeah, make the imagination grow.
Mm-hmm. I think that's gonna do it, man. So, thank you guys very much for watching this episode of The Burnout. If you like this episode, please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button, and please hit the bell to be notified every single time we drop a new video. Eric, tell them about the website.
We didn't even mention the beginning, but
yes, we did. I mentioned it all. I rattled it all off, man.
I didn't even hear it.
You were just thinking about all the Christmas stuff.
Yeah, it was. burndownpodcast.com. Become a member, $5 a month. What that gets you is exclusive discounts to Nova Cigar, cigarandpipes.com, Revive Vinyl, and Kansas Clean Distillery. And not only do you get exclusive discounts, but you also get entered into our monthly giveaway. We give away stuff every single month, whether it's cigars, spirits, accessories. And as a part of winning our giveaway, you can either take the prizes or you can have a 30-minute Zoom session with Eric and Justin, a.k.a. your two hosts right here.
Boom.
So become a member, $5 a month, burndownpodcast.com. And with that being said, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year. Happy holidays. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Hanukkah. Happy everything. Hope you guys are spending time with family and have a good time.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Cheers. Salud. Chin chin.